That looks terrible. Oh. I see T camera. Hello, Nancy. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can. How are
Oh,
you?
perfect. Perfect. How are you?
Good. I see Dave Wilson's with us too.
Oh, good. Start using AI companion? No, I don't think so. All right. Now, why can't I see everybody? Why not? This is always. Oh, Dave, you're backlit, so we do see your eyeglasses very well, and we see a beard. Between the eyeglasses and the beard, it's kind of a mystery.
I can see you, Dave. I know it's you sitting in your nice comfy chair.
Okay. Now, let me see if I can do this right. No, I want to make it small and I want to move the damn thing. All right. And then, so as far as I can tell, the only thing I need to open is this thing. How did that get in there? All right. Let's see. Open with what? With photos. How's that? Well, that's pretty small. We can probably make that bigger. Can't we? What if we make the whole thing? Oh, oh, wow. There we go. Now we got something cooking. All right. Let's see. Share. Share. No. Yes. Screen one. Yeah, I think so. And what do y'all see?
Community preservation. This property received something from the people of Boston.
Big?
Yeah, really big.
Really big.
Like
Oh,
it's a sign.
like it is a sign. Yeah, I
Like,
got that from Chairman Lynn.
okay, well, it
Said,
worked.
be prepared to show it. Well, we're one step ahead of her. We're showing
Whether you like it or not.
it. I'm sure she likes it.
Whether we like it or not.
We're like, oh, well, we are. How you been, Nancy?
I've been good. I was on Block Island this past weekend.
Oh, what's it like out there? I've never been there.
It's really nice.
Is that the island that's half New York and half another state?
No, this one is all Rhode Island. It's
Oh,
off
really?
it's off Point Judith.
Point Judith is a Rhode Island
It's Rhode
place?
Island town. Yeah. I mean Rhode Island Point. I think it's Galilee is the town, but it's very nice. You'd have to take a ferry. Um, and it's fun. Good. I went there looking for birds.
Find any?
Yeah.
Good. So our Nahant birds aren't good enough for you.
The scenery's different.
Right.
So you've recovered from your trip?
Um, yeah, kind of. Anne came home with COVID.
Oh my gosh. Yes. Someone I know just was traveling. I mean, seems everyone who travels comes back with it.
Well, it
For
wasn't for
many
the,
people.
no, it wasn't for the traveling. It was that she was forced to give a lecture in a room that was packed and poorly ventilated.
Hmm. Okay, well,
You can't give a lecture with a mask on. Doesn't work. So
I'm sorry. She
I
worked.
don't think I'm telling tales out of school to say she was really frustrated.
Yeah, I mean, you guys work so hard not to.
Yeah, well, she does. She does particularly, yeah.
Yeah. I work at my brother's table and I'm very close to the people who come there, and I really wear a strong mask because that is like a huge, you
Oh,
know,
sure.
that
Exposure.
population is so at
Oh,
risk.
oh, bet. You bet.
But so far I've been okay.
Yep.
Also just got the last shot.
Yeah, me too. And too. And we both took tests, masks, and Paxlovid with us.
Wow.
And it's a good thing she had it.
Yeah.
Tested negative on day one, positive on morning two, and strongly positive. So she just started the Paxlovid right then.
Hmm.
Got a 24-hour jump on it because she had it with her.
She feeling okay?
Yeah, like she's got a bad cold
Hmm.
and kind of the flu. But she was very tired. That was the salient symptom. Just exhausted. Couldn't do, could barely move.
Wow.
Pardon me for eating my dinner.
That's okay. We're used to it.
Now, that's a portentous thing to say.
Well, you're usually munching on something.
Yep, usually am.
Dave, have you gotten COVID?
You're muted, my friend.
No, I haven't. I
Oh,
just took my last shot Friday, so
uh-huh.
Yep.
And you work outdoors so much that you can keep away from people.
yeah, I know. Yeah. I got other issues that
Yeah,
I'm working on, so
yeah, I know. Well, I know you're trying to take good care of yourself, so
yeah. Hey, Paul,
Yeah,
this plaque, where was it?
the
Where was it?
plaque,
Yeah.
it's in Boston.
it's what I
Lynn,
guess it's what they use to commemorate.
Lynn,
Oh,
Lynn
so,
provided it. And
oh,
this is what they have. I don't know how big it is in real life. We'll find
yeah.
out.
Mhm.
So I think she said they may have a big one while they're working and then they put this one up when they're done so people
Mm-hmm.
know.
Right. Oh, Lynn, you're muted again.
What am I missing? What's
So
this up here
we're
for?
discussing this sign,
It's not a sign, it's a bronze plaque.
plaque. Sorry, we're discussing this plaque. It's hard to tell it's
Okay,
bronze.
okay. Yeah. No, it's what Boston is using. But they have a different sign for the in progress work.
Mm-hmm.
Very different. So this is meant to be like, well, it's a bronze plaque. It is very permanent.
Permanent.
Yep.
Hello, Deb.
Hello.
You're muted.
So we have Paul, David, Nancy, Austin.
Oh, we have Austin?
Yes,
Yes,
Oh, now why isn't he not showing up on my screen?
his name is there.
he's a box. He's a box.
He's a box. I don't see his little box. All right, let's view all. Gallery. That's what I have on.
Mhm.
So what's up with this? Oh, Lord. So annoying. Yeah, it says 6 participants. Now, why? Yeah, okay. So now what? Austin has no video.
Well, maybe he doesn't want to.
Right. I'm not going to twist his arm. I'm just seeing why he isn't there. Yeah, so everybody's accounted for. We have 5 members, excuse me, and 1 guest.
Mhm. And I was expecting Ellen as well because she actually sent along the notes from last year's application.
Oh,
I'm really hoping she will join us.
She is right now. She's signing on.
Wonderful. Perfect timing.
yeah, there she is herself.
Hi.
Okay.
Hi,
Hi.
Ellen.
So, well, now let's make it official. It is 7:03. I'm Lynn Spencer, Chair of the Community Preservation Committee of Nahant, and I'm calling this meeting to order. Attending from the committee tonight, we've got Paul Spurn, David Wilson, Nancy Catalmo, Ellen Goldberg, and Austin Antrim was here.
He is.
He's still here. Yeah,
I'm
I just
still
need
here,
to-
Lynn. I'll take
Yeah.
minutes tonight as well.
Oh, wow.
Thank you,
Thank
Austin.
you, Austin.
Sure.
So we don't
I'm
have to
overdue, I
pull
believe.
teeth.
They're close to sainthood there, Aunt.
Yeah, well, I just want to check in with the saint from last week.
Well, these minutes are in preparation. They're going to be spectacular when they're done.
Okay. The big question is, what are you having for dinner? Because I'm kind of interested in that. Anyway,
I have had
um,
one of those days, and omelets was the only thing I could make. And
okay. Well, that aside, so we don't have minutes for tonight from last week, but we will be seeing them next week. And we thank you, Austin, for taking the minutes from tonight. So in terms of business, old business is the eligibility application that is now gone on the website along with the process form and an announcement about next week's community meeting, public meeting. So I hope all of the members of the Community Preservation Committee will be joining that meeting next week. That's October 7th at 7 o'clock.
There's a chance I would just be joining by phone in the car.
Okay,
I should be able to be there, just might be in the car on speakerphone.
okay. Well, thank you, Ellen. Appreciate that.
I'll be in New Jersey, but I'll be there.
Okay, good. Ah, the wonders of Zoom. It's
Yes.
work.
2 weeks ago, I was in Maine and you guys didn't even know it.
That's absolutely true. Where are you now?
I'm home. I'm home. I'm in the hunt.
Okay, very good, Nancy. Very good. So that's exciting. It'll be interesting to have that public meeting. Tonight, I'd like to raise the subject of the full application. And thank you, Ellen, for sending notes and comments on last year's application. So I'd like to be able to sort of talk about that application, and then I'd like to be able to talk about signage, which is now very prominently placed on our screen.
yeah, it is. What do you want me to try to post here, Lynn?
Well, I think it might make sense to post Ellen's very cogent list of points.
All right,
Did you get a copy of that?
I might have. Ellen, did you email everybody?
Yes, she did.
All right, let me see what comes up here.
Um,
All right, so when was it? It was before Lynn's plaque email, I guess.
Yeah, I think
Today?
so.
Was it
Yes.
today?
Mm-hmm. I'll
Oh.
just look it up, Paul, and I'll tell you at the time.
Here it is, Ellen Goldberg, CPC application,
Yep, okay.
online improvement notes. Now, all right, this will test my ability to do this. So what I'm going to do is I am going to, no, no, no. Okay, I'm going to, no, I'm
You've
not
already
going to save
downloaded
it.
it. You've already downloaded it. I just right there. So then if you just go to your downloads, you can open it from there.
If it's in the downloads,
It should,
yes,
I saw it download.
you did. I think it downloaded to Drive. I may be wrong.
Okay.
I may be wrong, I don't know. Okay, downloads, date modified, no,
Yeah.
no, it's not there.
Okay. So it must have gone to Drive.
I think so. Let's give it another try. All right, so that is just plain old download.
Right.
Okay, so here it is. And it's gonna be saved right here. Okay, and then I'm gonna open it. Sorry to display my ignorance.
No,
Let's see.
I think it's fine. It
Downloads,
makes me feel better.
documents. What's that?
It makes me feel better. I'm terribly inept at this. I really
All right,
enjoy
so
this.
here, wait a minute. Okay.
That's it. Notes to
Yeah,
improve.
yeah, right. Okay. All right, so I've got this in two places. Why is that? Ellen, is this all there is? Can you see it? I'm sorry. Maybe I can make it a little, no, a little bigger. Yeah. Is this all there is? No, wait, it goes down past 9. No, it doesn't. 9's a fake. Is that right? Is that it?
That is correct. That's
Oh,
it.
okay, fine. All right, so what I'm gonna try to do, shall I try to open the application on the other half of the screen, or is that too small? In other words, I could go halvesies on this screen here, maybe. If it'll get the damn thing out of the way. Oh, these things are always in the way. Okay, so if I do this like that, and now this is in the wrong place, get this out of the way. All right, and then here is the other thing. All right, now all I have to do is, can you see these two things side by side? I don't know how big your images are.
Well, I see the notes, but I think you're trying to open an actual application, aren't you?
Yes, I was, so that we could have it side by side. But if you
Yes.
don't think that's necessary, fine.
No, I think it's great, but I don't see it.
No, do you see two things here?
I do, yes.
Yeah, fine. Okay, now I'm going to go to the town website. And somebody think about how to get me efficiently to where I want to go, because I'm not sure. Okay, now the town website. Okay. Somebody give me a little roadmap,
Well, it would
guidance.
be the so
Community, COVID, community calendar, organizations, I don't know. And of course, the town search might not get us where we want to go. And anyway, you can't find the town with search on this thing.
would it help if you just had one of the applications from last year? I'm looking at one on my screen
Oh,
that's been
good. Yeah,
filled out.
fine. Okay. All right, I
Um,
guess so. I guess so. Let's see, what do I
it's-
have to do now? So now I have to go back to CPC from last year. All right, I can do that.
Yeah, and just pull out one of the applications. It doesn't have to
Well,
be
first I
entirely
have to
blank.
find it. Hold on. So CPC fiscal year 2025.
Yeah,
Let's see. Are these the applications? Application red lines, CPC articles. Grant summary, no. Project proposed files, project balances, minutes, Zoom meeting
Paul,
invitation.
if I were to send you one by email, would that help?
Yeah, sure. Then I could just bang it right up.
Okay, let me just.
Government town accounts, it says elections now. Pay your bills. I haven't given up on this yet.
That's
Each.
fine.
CPC committee notice. Organizations. What is it? Organizations? Public Works. Right. This town thing needs a real upgrade. Organizations. Nahant organizations, community groups, arts, recreational, civic, school education. God forbid CPC should be here. Oh, yeah.
Okay, Paul, I just sent you
All
an
right.
example from the town of Nahant.
All right, very good. All right. Didn't get to me yet. It came from you, right?
Mhm.
You sent it from yourself.
Yep.
By email.
At 7:13.
It didn't make it yet.
Well, all right.
There it is.
Yeah.
Okay. And I will have to. You said you sent it as an attachment?
Mhm.
Yes, you did. Okay, so now we will download that. It will go to the correct place. This is from Tony Flash Road.
Yep.
Okay, and just so it doesn't get mistaken, I'm just going to put fiscal year 202. Well, it didn't do anything. I just put it in the wrong place. All right, I will just open it as it is. First, I have
Yep,
to save
I
it.
think that.
Then I have to get back to it. Then I have to CPC. All right.
Paul, I just put a link to the CPC online grant application in the chat and it went directly to you as a town.
Oh,
Yeah.
thank you.
All right, well.
It's
we'll
not,
do both.
the problem is right now, even if you went to the community preservation area on the website, this application is not visible. I have the link. So I know where, I was able to get to it, but it seems that when they put up the eligibility application last week, the link to the grant application itself is not visible anymore. So we'll have to get Kristen to correct that for us.
Now, what happened to this damn thing that I just sent over here? God damn it.
Boy, you're cursing a lot today.
I
You
am.
have-
Well, I'm very irritated.
You have
I
all
am-
my sympathy.
I am very irritated. We'll try this one more time. CPC 25, that's what I did. Then it was date modified. No, it's not coming up at the top. It should, all right. Oh dear. All right. What was the name of that, Lynn? What is your file? What are the words?
Flash Road, master plan.
All right, well, wait a minute. I have the master plan for the slides, recreation. You want the master plan or you want the,
That was the application for the master plan. That was the example that I sent you.
jeez. I should do something else. All right, let's see, where the hell is it? And it says Flash Road Master Plan. Is that what it says?
Let me see. No, it says CPC grant application.
CPC grant. All right, let's search this then.
And
CPC, one
grand.
word.
One
Or
word
space?
and then new word grand,
Wait a minute. CPC, then what?
grand.
GRAND?
Yeah, it's a typo, but that's the title.
It never made it. I don't know why. Oh,
You
geez.
you need to separate the CPC, so it'd be CP8C.
Oh,
then
no,
s-
you didn't say
then-
space. You just said CPC grand. Okay, CPC space grand. Is that right?
Mhm.
Okay. Oh, well, all of these are all the grants. All
Yeah,
right.
so you can pick any one of them, but not the cyber proposal.
We could do that for old
Don't do the
time's
housing
sake.
either. Don't do the housing either. Pick
We
something
could do
neutral.
that okay.
Bailey's
So
Hill. We
here's
always love
Bailey's
Bailey's
Hill.
Hill. We love
Oh, God.
There we go.
All right. Well, after a fashion. All right. So we got that, and then here are the notes. And hopefully they will go up alongside. Do you see both?
Yep.
Oh my God, unbelievable. All right. Let me clear up the background and make these a little bigger. And that's more than the best I can do. I'm way above my job description here. All right.
All right.
Should we get rid of these thumbnails? Yes. Yes, you think?
Mhm,
I don't know.
mhm. Yes,
Because
please get rid of the
I don't know
thumbnails
how to
and it'll
get
be
back
bigger. Yep,
once I do
that's
that.
great. Wow, you're getting to where we need to be.
Yeah, well, I can't go any further, so you're on.
Okay. Okay, great. So Ellen, since you are the one that kindly gave us these notes, I'm going to turn this over to you.
Right. And so I actually, not to dismiss the work that Paul, the terrible work that Paul just had to do. I do think it would be useful at some point for us to take a look at the online application because, that's what people see. This is
Yeah,
what
right, right.
right? This is
What I
what
was trying
we
to do,
get.
right.
Yeah, I
Okay.
know. This is what we get because they compile it into a PDF for us and send it like this, which is fantastic. But if we want to improve the user experience, let's just get through the points that I had made.
Okay,
Yeah,
And
let's get to the from the substantive and then we'll get to the functional.
Exactly.
Okay.
So I heard just, again, I took these notes throughout the year. They weren't voted, discussed, that it's just me taking some notes. I heard some noise that the financial section needed some improvement. I thought we were going to get some more detail from Pony on that, but I did not follow up with him. But I think, maybe instead of having the budget fields to fill out, we just have a total budget number and then have them upload their budget, right? They can, most people will, hopefully show a budget showing their revenue and expenses, right? So that was my thinking there.
Okay. So that would be so there'd be a single number on the application. And then an upload of the budget itself.
Right. Again, this would be helpful. I'm going to go look at the actual thing. So, I'm going to have to. So in order to get through it, it's got 4 tabs. I'm going to have to. Yes. Well, it'd be helpful for me to be able to get to that part of the screen. To be able to say exactly what needs to be done. But I think the improvement is instead of having the fields, maybe a total budget number.
Okay.
what about having a little text saying, in your budget, please be sure to include the following?
Yeah, sure. Now, do you want to take notes on this? Or how should we capture the committee's recommendations here?
I would do it on the notes on the
I'll open up
on your notes.
I'm gonna open it up on my end so that
Yeah.
I can,
Okay.
Good idea.
so that I can make a revised version. Just give me a second to grab it. what did I call it? I call it notes to improve application for 2025. Let me just, save this as a new version.
Oh, you sent me that link in the chat.
Yes, I
That's
did.
right.
And
All
that
right.
is that is the link to the online application.
Right, right,
Not visible at the moment, but I
right.
have the
I'm
link.
trying to do that. I don't know whether to make this go away or not. I think maybe, yes. All right. And chat is down at the bottom of the Zoom page
Yeah,
and it says something.
just click the
Uh,
link.
Open in browser. Let's see what happens. Okay. And then do we need more of something here or less? Or
Also,
what?
it's a 4-page thing. So this is the basic information.
Okay.
That
You think I'll
people,
be able to get rid of all this other noise around it somehow?
what noise is that? You mean?
Well, all of this space taking up stuff on the left hand.
No, that is just the sidebars of the Town of Nahant website. You're not gonna be able to do anything with that.
Okay, thank you.
Don't waste your time.
Right. I love those words.
Okay, so,
But
actually, I've got a copy of the notes in front of me. So let's just, instead of doing it side by side, let's just look at the application. And then I'll read your notes.
okay.
Okay. Look what I did, Ellen. You
Wow.
didn't think I could do this. I did
I have complete faith in you, Paul.
it. Blind faith
Okay.
definition. Okay.
Okay, so the first thing was the financial section. Can we get to that?
Yeah, you just have to you have to fill out some of this information with just dummy information real quick and then click next. So just put
So-
your name, doesn't matter.
I have to put something in there.
You have to put
Okay.
something in to get to the next screen. You have to fill out the first screen, exactly.
Everything?
Yes, anything with a little asterisk next to it is required.
Whoa, okay.
I don't know if this is gonna work.
Well, we'll see.
We'll find out, won't we?
That's right.
I'm just gonna, oh, asterisk, you said.
I think that's what yeah, that.
Well, I'll just do everything. It's easy enough.
Okay.
Oh, wait, maybe somebody might have said, oh, it's gotta be 5 digits. All right. So town committee board, if applicable, I don't know what that means. Open space, community
it.
housing,
Yeah,
everything.
sure, just
It's-
whatever.
All right, now cross your fingers.
Oh, no, you gotta
ne-
click next. You're not gonna be able to click next. So what are we missing?
Oh, it says save.
Please review
Yeah.
the fields below. So what were you missing? Scroll down and see.
I'm trying to scroll, wait,
Oh, the email doesn't look like the email is not an
it
appropriate.
has to be in an email form, probably.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. All right, yep, see, I told you,
Yeah, yeah.
somebody had formats. I bet there was one also
I mean,
for
it makes
this.
sense. I mean, you
Well, we'll
want to do
see.
that. All
All
right.
right, try again. Update.
All
Yeah,
right, now
okay.
you're on page 2. Great.
Such fun. Okay. I'm gonna do the same thing here.
Sure.
All right, maybe it asks for money. All right, so I've got to find $, $150,000. All right, so now, when do you want to start talking about
Not
things?
yet. 'Cause- well,
Not yet? Okay.
Well,
This looks good. Contribution to preservation of Nahant's.
no, I'm sorry. So Ellen's notes are not necessarily, perhaps I'm looking at this too quickly, are not necessarily following the sequence of the grant application.
Probably not.
Yeah, okay. All right, well, tell me what to do, what you want to see.
Let's see. Okay, so the Google Sheet number 2 is really about like how the place, how these things get sent to us. So that's something separate. Change the email submission. That's also how things get sent to us. Application purpose. So I'm not, where was application purpose? Is that on this page?
I don't know. Here's the last page. Just to
There's
remind
nothing
you.
So
there.
it's on the first page. At least I'm looking at a completed PDF where it says application purpose. And the one I'm looking at had checked open space and recreation, which
Oh.
seemed quite,
Oh, yeah, you're
Oh,
right. There it
oh,
is.
application
Application
purpose.
purpose.
quite
Right.
appropriate.
Yeah, good work.
Right, so
Okay.
is that an appropriate title? I guess that was my question. Should it be application
Ah.
category instead of, or CPC category?
I think CPC category makes more sense to me.
Okay,
Okay,
so
What
let
do
me
you
make a
think, Lynn?
note on my thing.
that's fine.
Right, so in action, change application purpose on
Yep.
page 1 to CPC category.
Mhm.
Okay. And then number 5 says add a box for quote unquote partnership organization, if any. And
Where would that be?
I think that we were thinking about, well, let's see where.
Next to applicant?
Well, so this was in regards to like
Little League.
Little League, right? And you could either include an NA or allow it to be unchecked.
So on this form, if I looked at this form, I would think that I had to fill something in here. But
Right.
but the scheme is that you fill in the gray boxes,
Yeah,
right? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So now it says applicant, and
Right.
this is a question I had earlier, and that
Right.
is, does this refer to the applying organization or the applying individual?
Right, well, that's what we did. That was the same thing that we had on the eligibility application.
Right,
And so
right.
we actually figured that out. So how did we do that? What did we agree on for that? Let's take a look. So the Nahant application for eligibility, we said project title, name of applicant, name of organization.
Okay. So we need to add a line here.
I think so. So name of applicant, name of organization. And that will, give us the same information that's on the eligibility application, right? If you get a person and you get whatever organization it is.
Right, and we brought this discussion up just now because we were thinking about putting in the option of associated
Right.
organizations.
Well, it makes sense.
Yeah.
So why don't you
it
do
does.
it in the third field? So after
Right, right
applicant
after.
and their address, then it would be, affiliated organizations.
So you
So
want to
no-
call it affiliated organization is the name of the field?
Why not?
Okay, so let's see. Let me go back to my notes. So
That wouldn't be the primary organization, Lynn? You're talking about additional ones?
Yeah,
Or-
affiliated says to me in addition to the primary.
Okay, so that's a line that goes under the primary organization.
Yeah.
What are we calling that? Just organization?
You could just say affiliates because you don't know. And I
Yeah, you
don't,
don't know what they are, right?
you don't know what it'll be. It could be, it could be the Little League. It could be, the golf club. It could be whatever. I don't want to get too stuck on this because
Mhm.
So applicant's phone number, applicant's email, organization. Hey, we could just call it organization and leave it
Yeah.
flexible. What do you
Yeah.
think?
Or you call it, I guess, sponsoring organization.
no, just the applicant. Just the applicant.
What do you mean?
Just the organization.
Yeah, just the applicant. I mean, it could be a committee, it could be an organization, it can be an individual. You don't need to actually,
So are you saying we don't need an organizational box, a box to have additional information for organization? I'm not understanding.
no, I just said you could just have a box that said affiliates, plural.
Affiliates. Okay, on the does it matter that on the eligibility application, we called it applicant and organization?
No, I perhaps I'm not understanding this. There's the applicant. There's the primary applicant,
The
the one
person.
who's actually applying for the money.
The person filling out
affiliates-
the form.
Yeah, the
Wait.
affiliates would be what you were calling partnerships, but they may not necessarily be partners. They could be affiliates. For instance, the Johnson School, the application comes from the Johnson School, but the PTA is an affiliate. That's all. And it's,
Okay, so where on that does the principal's name go? He's the guy who applied.
Applicant.
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 the applicant.
That's called applicant, so you can't call the Johnson School the applicant.
Yes,
You
you
gotta
can.
call it something else.
Why not? It can be an applicant. It's simply, it's Johnson School is the applicant.
Then what's the principal? What
The applicant's email. For
So,
instance, the one I'm looking at one right now that says is from the Open Space and Recreation Committee and the town of Nahant.
Right,
The applicant's email is given and it happens to be wonderful Trish Aldrich's email.
okay, all right.
That's all.
so I'm just looking to see if we can have some consistency between what's on the eligibility application and what's on here.
Okay.
And on the eligibility application, we put in the form, project title, name of applicant, and then the next field is name of organization. So I was thinking it might make more sense for consistency's sake to have applicant and organization and just leave it flexible. They can put in whatever they want.
Okay, fine.
And
That was
then
my- that
and then
was
the third
my-
line would be affiliates.
And then
No,
the third,
there's
No?
no, the only thing we have, so now the proposal is applicant, applicant phone number, applicant email, organization.
All right,
And just so we're adding a field for organization.
okay.
That is the proposal.
so you don't want to have anything that would be for partnership organizations.
So in that field organization, it could be just they could put in two if they wanted. Like they could say Johnson School and Open Space.
How about organization, open paren, S, close paren?
Yeah.
All right, shall we go on? This has been 45 minutes.
It's gonna be
So-
good then.
Okay,
Yeah.
All right.
Just saying, so
So-
we're gonna add that as a field after applicant's email. Okay, then there was something called, okay, so let's see what we have left. We have three things.
Stipend request. I don't see
request.
it. I don't see it in the application.
So I think that is the money. So if you
Mm-hmm.
could maybe go to the next one.
I'm looking at an actual application.
I know, and I think the name on the field here it's called stipend request.
It says grant amount requested.
Okay. Okay. I'm trying to get there myself.
Sorry.
I don't see the stipend request. I think I don't know if that's a misnomer because we had in the past offered stipends to help
Hmm.
prepare the applications. I just don't
Mhm.
see it on the completed application
So
that I'm
that's what
looking
you're
at.
saying is the stipend.
Well, yes, but I
No,
don't see
you
it on
go-
the application I'm looking at, Paul.
It's on
That-
there. It's on there. If you go to the online application, it's on page 3 of the tab. So you have to, right, put in
I don't
content.
know what I have to do,
Just
but
say
I'll,
is,
So then just take it out. I just,
well, it's not, it's, you can't just take it out. It's part of the, if you're, of the anticipated costs. So I guess
it-
maybe
it's-
this is getting
it
back
says-
to,
it says grant amount requested. That's what it is. It's not a stipend.
okay, if you go to page 3, it says we have an estimated cost and schedule. Attach cost estimates for construction projects. And then is your project expected to continue over more than 1 year? And then, you know, either way, if you click yes or no, there's stipend request guideline number 3. There's like some fields here for stipend request.
I just don't see it. I'm sorry.
That's because you have to go to tab 3, which would like Paul to do.
where do I do that?
You need to put in some, there we go, right there. Just
That
click.
says step
No,
3.
Just, okay, go down where it says, is your project expected? Click no. Go
Is
up,
your project
Scroll up.
expected?
scroll up. Is
Oh,
your project
expect,
expected? Click no. Click yes,
no,
I don't care.
okay.
Click something.
Oh, okay. Oh, there you go. So now we have single year project,
I see.
anticipated cost, stipend request. Well, does it define what a stipend is? Guideline 3. Where was that?
Right. It's not in. Like it's probably, it's harkening back to prior
Versions.
documents that we had for guidelines. And, you know, this legacy field made it here.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Right.
So what is it that we're trying to get here? Right, this, and it shows up for it. Like, Paul, if you were to click yes for more than 1 year, you get multiple lines of stipend request guideline number 3. Nobody
Okay.
knows what it, you know, so. right,
First year,
First year, exactly,
second year.
exactly. We
Yeah.
only allowed for
Okay.
2
Can I
here.
just say something that one of the problems that we came up with last year was we had 3 years.
Exactly, that's the
There
other.
was
Right.
no other options besides 1 and 2 years.
Yeah, and I'm actually, Nancy, to that end, I'm looking at the CPC, at the application from Open Space for Bailey's Hill. That was, there was an effort to show it in multiple years. I think, thank you, Ellen. I think you've gotten us to it, the heart of the matter. The question is, should we be asking if the applicant is anticipating future applications, which may be implying that we will actually look at funding those future applications.
Well, we've done that, haven't we? I mean, we've
And we've never committed to more than 1 year at a time.
really?
Mhm.
I think that it's really helpful for this committee to understand that the people will be applying
Yeah.
to get a whole scoop of like the project. And that's particularly important with, say, the Bailey's Hill thing that
Yeah.
has to go over 3 years. I mean, I don't think that anybody ever expected more than 1 year would be funded, but the
Mhm.
information is helpful to us, I think.
Okay, so I think Ellen has actually taken us to the place where it does get tricky. And, here it says, if it's expected to continue more than 1 year, okay, somebody can mark yes. And if we could just scroll down further to sort of see what the anticipated cost might be. So what if we just said first year um, grant request? And I don't know if we want to make a distinction between the, say, a construction request versus professional services, but why don't, if we are asking for a budget upload, that information should be provided in the budget upload.
So why don't, I'll make a proposal, you can shoot it down or discuss it. My proposal, my idea is scroll up a tiny bit, Paul, please.
Yeah, sure.
So here where we say, is your project expected to continue over more than 1 year? You can keep the yes or no. And then here is where you perhaps take this stuff out, say, please upload your budget, include professional services, construction services, whatever, give your whole estimate. If it's a multi-year project, give estimated costs for each year. So that way they could, I mean, that's just an idea, unless you want them to fill in dollar amounts here, but I feel like getting the actual budgets from people is perhaps more insightful.
I agree.
Well, is it our position that we are going to entertain proposals that will commit us to allocations for more than 1 year? Or
No,
are we
no.
just, then you have to make that clear, and this is not clear.
Right,
You have
I
to
agree
say,
with you.
you have to say, for purposes of evaluation, we need to know if you are anticipating coming back and asking for more funds next year.
That's a good way of
Or-
putting it, Paul.
Can something productive be achieved with just a single year grant, knowing that you have plans and preferences for doing this again, maybe even a third time, but we can't guarantee it. I think we have to get a little bit into the weeds there. If whether we, and make it clear whether we are offering more than 1 year's funding or not. And why we're asking for the information
I
about.
mean, it's always been on the
additional-
application, even on the old one that people had to like
Yeah,
type
it did.
on,
Mhm.
right? It was always there.
Okay, well, let's make sure it's clear, that's all.
So let me make sure I understand. Is your project expected to continue over more than 1 year? Yes or no? That's fine. So then what? So do we take the rest of this out and have them please upload your budget? And including estimated costs, and just should it be a PDF?
Why not? So when
Okay,
I do these for CPA Boston, which is big, the budgets are uploaded.
Yeah, as a PDF, right? Not
As a
Excel.
PDF.
You don't
And
want to be
so-
opening people's Excels.
Exactly. And so sometimes, I suppose they get varying things. We tend to do Excel charts, but I think what you're asking for is an uploaded PDF.
Yeah,
To
okay.
Paul's point, the explanation here should be clear that we consider funding on a 1-year basis, but are interested in knowing if this is part of a multi-phase project.
CPC
Exactly.
funds projects only on an annual basis, but we are interested to know the full scope of your proposal. So then the action here is,
Well, maybe of your plans, because the proposal is just for 1 year.
Yeah.
right, okay, of your project plans.
Yeah, of your project plans. Good, perfect.
So then we'll remove the fields and put in and say, and remove the fields or numbers. Add a field for please upload your budget in PDF format, include all anticipated costs.
Mhm.
And then please note, add language. Please note CPC funds, the CPC, the Nahant CPC funds projects only on an annual basis, but we are interested to know the full scope of your project plans.
Mhm.
Nicely put.
Okay, so then the proposal will then be to get rid of all the other stuff there for the
Yep.
first year of total CPC funds, et cetera, and make this a file upload. Nancy,
Yeah,
we're thinking, you went
I,
through
I
this.
agree. I agree. I think that's fine. I mean, we're used to looking at budgets, on something like a spreadsheet with lots of things, not like budgets chopped up into blocks like this is.
Right,
So
Mhm.
I think,
so let them format the budget how it makes sense, and
right,
we should be able to figure it out.
yeah.
Famous last words, right?
Yeah, exactly, exactly.
Okay,
Good.
so then this section needs a little bit of work. So then we'll add a PDF here for them to upload.
Mhm.
Okay, so is there anything else on this section?
I don't think so.
Okay, so then, the next thing, I'm sorry, they're out of order. They were just as we were going.
No,
through
no,
the
no, no.
meetings. Right, so then I said, from Tony, we should consider some guidance or a checkbox on the application regarding coordination with the town. Like for projects regarding projects on town property, many times the applicant does not approach the town prior to submitting an application. This came up last year with one or two of the proposals.
Yes, it did. I
don't
think
think-
that it's a good comment. I don't know, on the PDF that I'm looking at for a filled in application, to me, it would be smart to put it close to the planning context
I would,
section.
so on the application, I'd probably put it on page 1 with project, near the project title stuff.
Yep, exactly. And this is towards page 1, and Ellen.
Yeah, so if you can go back, you can
Yep.
scroll down a little
Yep.
bit and just go back to the page 1 of the tabs.
No, I can,
But-
I think only go back arrow.
Yeah, you have
wise.
to arrow, okay.
The other thing is that our two-step process may also pick up some of this stuff.
Right.
Yes, yes, that's true,
Project
Ellen.
name, so maybe it's application purpose, please select all that apply. Maybe it's after that, is your project on town-owned property? If so, have you, I'm just talking out loud, have you
Yep.
coordinated with
Right.
the town hall,
Mhm.
right?
Yeah.
Well, I think we need to direct them to the town administrator, don't we?
Um. I don't know.
Yeah,
Lynn?
I mean, that's who they would call it, town
Right,
hall.
right, right.
So, please select all apply open, so then you have this and if your project is on town-owned property, I'm just thinking out loud, like, what is
Yep.
the language for this question? If your project is proposed on town-owned property, is it a yes, no, NA thing, or have you coordinated
Have you
Wait.
coordinated with the town administrator?
Yeah.
Yes, no.
and just have a yes or no? Okay,
Yeah.
Mhm.
you write that down. And
I think that's good.
from Tony, so then we have an action after categories on page 1, add question. If your project is proposed on town-owned property, have you coordinated with the town administrator or town hall? The town,
Town administrator.
is
Yeah.
that capitalized, town administrator?
Yes.
Yeah,
Thank
two
you.
capitals.
Okay, town administrator, yes, no. Okay. So they could potentially submit it even if they said no, but then it's a flag for us that,
Exactly.
right? Okay.
Okay,
Okay,
so
so
it's all
that
right,
is-
it's all right if they submit it, even though it's on town property.
Yeah,
Okay.
you just want to know. And then, so
Uh-huh.
include allowable categories and the descriptions in the grant application. Okay, so this number 8 was me saying, well, we don't, so on the eligibility application, we
It's
do.
covered.
Right, it's covered there, but it's
Yep.
not covered on the grant application.
But
So
if it's,
I would
if they're
say-
eligible, why do you make them go through it again?
Well, it's just for reference, right? Just to
What-
have, maybe we have a link where we have the categories on page 1. Scroll down.
I
Well,
think.
isn't it on the website already?
Hold on a minute, let me see if I can find where
Yeah,
this
I
is.
mean, sure.
So if they've already passed through the eligibility and demonstrated that they meet the appropriate
That's true. We
CPC
didn't have this
categories.
last week. Last year, we
So
didn't have that.
so why make them do it again?
So that we have it all in one place and we don't have to keep going back and forth. It's not much to ask for them. It's a lot to ask for us to have meetings going back and forth between documents. Ask the guy who has to put the documents up.
Okay,
So my proposal was if you scroll up like an inch, right there with the categories to
Yep.
have, please select all the, application purpose, and then in parentheses, CPA, categories, please make, here, and then link to the CPC website, just like we do on the eligibility application.
Okay, so each one of these will be a link?
No,
No?
application purpose that's in bold. I would
Yeah.
put parentheses right after purpose and say, see the CPC website for more details.
Okay, I
And
thought we,
link to the is my project allowable. That's what I would do. But
I
if
thought we
it's
renamed this.
aggravating people, I don't
I
want to.
thought we renamed this.
Right, application categories, we did. Well, obviously we didn't
okay.
do it yet. I
All
don't
right.
know. If you don't want to add it here, fine. This was my thinking last year, and we did not have an eligibility application last year.
right. I think Paul has made the argument for getting it onto this application. So it's all kind of in one place.
Okay, so
So
then
if you can find a place to put that, Ellen, I would appreciate it.
I think we just put it right there where I say application purpose and parentheses, please see, CPC website for more details, and the link to is my project allowable.
Okay, is it possible to embed a link in this application?
It is, I wouldn't recommend it.
Okay,
It's gonna take them off the site. That's why I was saying you want to add the link as a separate thing.
right. I was wondering if it's possible to add the link in such a way that it opens up in a new tab
We could ask them to do like a pop-up or a hover.
or
and
a
you could
pop-up. That's right.
open it, you could open it in a new tab. That would be what I would prefer. And I would do the application purpose and then parentheses is my project allowable, and have the link open in a new tab.
Mhm. Okay.
Yeah, I think that's fine. I think that makes it easier for them. And then what this gets digested into for us to review probably shouldn't be cluttered with links.
It won't, it wouldn't be.
Right, okay.
It shouldn't be any different than what we get now. Right?
Okay,
So I'm gonna say, right, so the action on this one. Application categories. Add parentheses, C is my project allowable. On CPC website and open in new tab. So that's what I would propose. And now, okay, so now we've gotten through kind of the content. There were a couple of other things, number 2 and number 3. So like number 3, for example, we got these email submissions that were hard to differentiate. So I wanted to know if they could change the format of how they were submitted. Like, I don't know if that's something they can do. That would help us identify these emails a little bit. And then number 2, which I think is now aspirational given our timeline, is that I was like, well, when these things get submitted, can they be automatically populated into an Excel sheet the way that Google Forms does? and then you get your links, but I think, forget it. That's what I think. I think this is not the year.
I tend to agree with you.
Yeah. Action, no action. No action for 2025. And I'll see, I will talk to, Nancy and I will have to talk to Kristen, the website developer, and see, so we can talk about this other item on number 3. That would be helpful in terms
Okay.
of just administrative management. Ellen and Nancy to talk to website developer.
So the way it sits now is how it will happen next year. They'll come in drips and drabs and we'll just have to coordinate them. They'll just come as they come temporarily over time. Okay,
That's what they do, yeah.
Before the
Like-
deadline.
And the way that, like, I've done application processes for work, and like if you do a Google form, for example, you can get it to create a spreadsheet with links to all the files. That's a centralized place instead of all the stuff coming through your email. So
Mhm.
that's what I was thinking of, but they're not doing this in Google. They're doing it however they do it and
yeah.
Yeah.
processing
Okay.
it however they process it. So, yeah. I say give it up for now. This year is not the year to have that discussion. We still have to get in touch with them to make any of these changes now that we need.
Right.
Yep.
Ellen, what's the turnaround time? Assume that everything we talked about tonight is crystal clear to you and you and Nancy know exactly how to proceed. How soon until that discussion gets turned into a different looking online application?
It's a good question. It's really a question of when can we set up a call with Kristen, the developer, and when can they execute on the plan?
Right.
So I will be honest, this week I'm in a 3-day offsite, meeting
Mhm.
until 8 p.m. each night, starting
Oh,
tomorrow
dear.
morning. So I can't do anything this week.
Wow.
Yeah.
All I
Okay.
could do this week is email her and say, can we set up a call for the week of the 7th?
Well, that would be really wonderful if you would be
Wow,
able to
that-
manage
I
that.
mean, that's
Boy.
all I can do. I can't meet with her this week.
Right. Oh, that's great.
And the other thing is, as Ellen said, we can't know what their schedule is. Like we
Right.
can't control, we can't say, we need it in 3 days, do it.
Yeah, right. Well, but we can try to give them an overview about what our hopes and expectations are. Nobody likes to disappoint a client, so maybe
What
they'll.
I could try to do is I could try and, clean this up. I'd remove some of the stuff that's extraneous and just kind of make it, distill it down to what are the actions and where, and like my notes now say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There's 8 actions that I've got out of this conversation. So based on this whole conversation. So I could like send it to them and say, try to distill it down and send it to Kristen and say, here's what we talked about. We'd like to meet with you to go through it, but here's just a spoiler
A
alert
preview,
of what we're going
right.
to ask
Yeah,
you to do.
Right.
So you
That's
know.
that's a great idea.
So I could
Good
do
idea,
that.
so they can think about it a little bit.
Exactly. They can say, what do you mean here? And be like, we'll talk, I'm showing you this now, but we'll meet and then we can walk through it. Now, the question is, when do we want it live? When do we need it by?
So no one can submit this application until we approve
The
the
eligibility.
eligibility application, but presumably someone could submit it next week to us.
Somebody could submit it next week and we would have to meet and, we have to figure out how do we decide it's eligible, we bring it to
Right.
the CPC meeting.
So if we had a meeting though, I mean,
Yeah,
in theory, someone could be all ready to go if we
right.
approve it.
I've checked the email and I'm gonna text Nancy, I'll text you access so you can get into it as well to the email, the Nahant cpc@gmail.com. I've checked it multiple times. Nothing's come
Hmm.
through yet.
Okay,
But somebody else should have access aside from me.
yeah, we talked about the importance of that.
Yeah,
So, so to answer your question,
yes.
it would be ideal to have the application be in live for people to work on by the end of October.
Okay, also, I also action need application link added back to the website. It's no longer there. Like you can't
Yep.
find it. You have to have the link to it.
Right.
It's not anywhere on the page. It's fine for now. So, okay. Well, I can do that. And I'll CC Tony and Lynn, I'll CC you. Nancy, are
Okay.
you okay with me just moving forward and doing that and
Yes.
CC you and Lynn and Tony?
Yes,
Okay. Do I need to include anybody else or?
No, I think that's fine.
Okay. So, Ellen action.
Lynn, in the past, we have told people that they can get some money from us to help put their applications together.
Yes, we continue to say that. We have never gotten anyone to apply for it. And
Where do we
I don't
say
want to be
that? Do we say
it
that
says
in
it's
this
on the
application somewhere?
it's on the invitation to the public meeting.
Okay, well, thank you for
No, thank you, Ellen.
thank you for all that. And it sounds like the notes I took last year were not wasted, so.
No, I think they were
No.
very helpful. Thank you.
No.
I'd like to jump on to another topic. Are we finished though? Okay.
yeah, I think the next thing has to be this meeting between the developer and us.
Yes. Yes, I think so. I think that these are adjustments to a wonderful piece of work that was created last year. And so this is continuing refinement. I do want, if we're finished, I'd like to move on to another topic, which is the signage. And I'd like to devote no more than 15 minutes to it. Okay. Thank you. So last week, but I suppose before we consider this, I offered this as an example of a permanent sign that is being required for application for projects by the city of Boston. It's a bronze plaque. It's approximately 6 by 9, so it's not big. And it gets affixed to a building or a site after a project is finished. Boston has a temporary sign that is put up during construction. The example that we saw last week that was shared by Tony from the town of Concord, I think is an awfully nice example. That sign is only up during the duration of a project. They do not have a permanent, they do not require a permanent sign. So I think we have if you will, a philosophical decision to make about this. Tony was thinking that he would propose what is essentially a routered sign, about 2 by 3 that would be on 2 posts, and would be put up and stay up. So I was just wondering if folks had a chance to think about that proposal and what that means.
I
Those
was,
signs,
I was,
those signs are pretty
sorry.
expensive. Sorry.
I was also concerned not only because of the expense of it, but also the size of it. And then if you start putting them all over town where all these things are, we're going to be like we're gonna have a forest kind of signs. And I know people are already telling us, some people are saying, we don't want all those signs you're gonna put up on Lodge Park because we just don't want so many signs in town. So we're getting a little kickback already. So
Yeah.
I think that might
Yeah.
become part of it.
How big is this plaque, Lynn?
Paul, I was trying to say that it's approximately 6 by 9
Inches.
inches. It's small. It's a very discreet sign. And I've fought against signs on buildings for years. I had one building that, in Cambridge, they seemed to have like 7 signs on it, recognition of this and this and this. And it was just like, oh my God, it's like sign attack. So this is a nice little sign, and but and I forwarded to you, they ordered 199 of these things at 25,000. It was pretty reasonable because of the economy of scale. It was about, $200 a sign. So Tony's sign I thought was quite expensive. His proposal, I think, had 5 signs for nearly $4,900.
I think he had a different concept and he was thinking of,
Big. Oh, it's bigger. Yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely.
like the sign that's outside of the life-saving station, like kind of size.
Yeah. Yeah. So folks, just tell me, what do you have any quick reactions to all this? Should we just put up the example from Tony's sign to take a quick look at it? Let me see.
She said. Okay, I could, but I just want to vote for this one. I love it. I think it's charming. And I like the
Well, for a
size.
building, for the buildings, it works. I mean,
Yeah.
it could also be, Nancy, if you had a nice rock, it could be on a rock, and be close to the ground and
Right.
discreet.
I mean, I was
Yeah.
also thinking it could also be round or oval or so, I don't know.
Yeah.
Softer.
It could be softer. Yeah.
Sure.
But
But
I like
it
I like this concept of a smaller sign for the completion in perpetuity.
Do you know where I'd find Tony's sign, Lynn? Was it in
I'm
an
just
email
looking
or
at it
something?
right now.
An email,
Um,
maybe?
It was an email.
It was an email. All right, well, let's see if I can find it while you look too. Oh dear. All right, let's see.
And it was clear that, he had really delved into this. So I want to certainly respect that effort. And, it is true. We have really been kind of slow on this. I guess
Yeah.
because we all know each other and we know the projects.
Yeah, well, we know what we've done.
In a bigger community, it's
No,
so
he's
Paul,
at,
I'm sending this to you now.
oh, good. Thanks, Lynn.
The one sign that I did actually like as an work in progress sign was the one from Concord, which is I've asked them to tell me what the price is on that, but I haven't gotten that yet.
Yeah, I thought that was classy.
It was classy. And Nancy, I think I think it's awesome. I've seen similar examples in a couple of other towns.
Mhm.
So if we can find out who is the maker,
The
it's not,
shape of the sign has a historic feel to it.
yeah. And it has the town seal kind of in that round at
Yeah.
the top.
Yeah, let's see if I can make this do something. I can't get there.
Tony was saying that, part of his inspiration was a routed sign at one of the beautification sites. Does anyone know what he was talking about? I went looking for it just by the life-saving station and didn't see it.
What, by the way, is a routered sign?
Oh, it's gouged out. So in this
Oh.
case, it's some kind of laminate. You know, in a traditional wood sign, it would be actually gouged with
I
a
see.
gouge. And this is sort of routed it in some
All right,
fashion.
so,
I think Austin could explain what routing is.
Yes, he probably would. He could probably do a better job than I just
Yeah.
did, Dave.
Because the town is now doing signs around town for the beaches, and they're all routed into wood.
Yeah, they
They're
look
wood.
really cool. I really
Yeah.
like them. They're in wood. And the name of the place is there, and I really love that it's telling everyone the names of the places. So
Yep.
good for out of town people.
The DPW is doing that.
Yeah, they look.
Yeah.
Oh, you're making the signs, Dave?
Yeah,
Yeah, my spare time. No.
No, come on.
like there's
No.
one at Bailey's Hill, and
Yeah.
there's one at Short Beach, and there's one all around town if you look.
I haven't
Actually,
seen
I
the
believe
one at
Zach's
Bailey's.
making them all.
Zach's making them all. Yep.
Did you get it yet, Paul?
yeah, I did. There are a lot of things on there are 4 attachments on this.
So the first one is you would use the first attachment
All right.
to see the
let's
Concord sign.
Let's see what that looks like.
Yeah.
Oh, come on, now that the goddamn thing disappears. Hold on. Let's see, I don't want this, I don't want search results, I just want this. And then I want, oh, where did they go? I don't know where they went. Hold on 1 second. No, I don't want to add it to my drive. Gee whiz. All right. Okay, so it's in CPC. Okay, so this was the first one, Lynn.
Mm-hmm.
Get that up in a sec. Open. Let's
Okay.
see, crop, no.
Well, that wasn't the one I was thinking of, but that's a nice small kind of
Mhm.
sign that is used.
I don't know why it didn't go bigger. Jesus. Oh, here's bigger. No, that's not bigger. You would think it was bigger, but it isn't. Crop enhance, I don't.
Why don't we stop that one and go to the one that I gave you it? I told you the first one, but if you would go
That
to the
is
one
the
that's
first one. That's the
okay,
first one
well,
on that email.
well, not on mine, but all right, the one that's labeled CPC sign example and logo.
All right,
That
let's see. Okay, I
that's
see
the
this
next one
Hold
down.
on. Yeah. Well, in mine, it's the second one.
Whatever,
right.
let's see it.
I already have that. CPC sign example and logo. Here it is. And here it comes. Ta-da, ta-da, ta-da. Open with. Open.
Yeah,
there.
that's the one.
Okay. So that's it.
So it doesn't identify the specific project. It can be used on multiple locations. It's
Right.
only used during the duration of the project.
Really? Only during construction?
Yeah. So then you put
Oh.
a little one in after it's done.
I see. And how big is this baby?
Well, if you look at the things in relation to it, it looks like it's about 2 by, I don't know. Well, Dave or Austin, you chime in here. I'm saying it looks like about 2 by 18, 24 by 18. I guess they're not.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, 2 by 3 or 18.
It's not 3 feet. Look
Okay.
at the table next to it and the piece of paper.
Mhm.
But I will get the specs on this and I'll get the cost. But I think
Looks
it's,
like 20
it's-
by 24.
yeah, there you go. That's, I was 24 by 18, you're 20 by
Yeah.
24. We're good.
Yeah.
What are those made of? So these are just for temporary use
Yeah.
during project construction or whatever.
Right.
And they could be used they could be
We could get
multiple times.
7 of them and we could just keep moving them around.
Right.
And what is the material on these?
I don't know, but I suspect I suspect it's wood. But the ones that are being used in Boston are plastic.
Well, so like I was driving around, I think I mentioned it last week. Paul, I texted you a picture. I think I texted it to you last week, like it's like, the real estate signs on like the wicker, like kind of the metal little stands. I saw
Yeah.
one of those that said your CPA funds at work. So really, flimsy, but got the message out. You could
Yep.
probably quite cheap if all you want to do is advertise the fact that your money is being used for this project.
Yeah. This is probably, oftentimes with these other grants, we have these signs made. They cost, and they're big. They're 4 by 4 and they can cost $500.
Yeah.
Oh,
But-
no, we don't,
but
we
I-
don't, need that.
But I think, so the issue is, do we want to have a sign that is up permanently, is designed and is up permanently? Or do we want to have a sign that actually is during the duration of the project and perhaps another form of recognition that is permanent?
Well, what other form of recognition, permanent recognition, are you thinking of other than a sign?
Well, I
The
just showed you a
Boston one,
bronze
the
plaque.
Boston one.
Yeah, right. Well,
Yeah,
to me,
yeah. Yeah.
I'm not differentiating between the two. I think there should be both. I think there should be ongoing acknowledgement of their tax money being spent appropriately and a permanent recognition thereof. And I like a bronze plaque for the latter. I don't really care what the one for active ongoing use is. I think that's much less important. But whatever you want would be fine.
So
Other
I agree
folks?
with Paul. The thing is, people and residents go around and see all this work being done. And they keep asking me and other people, what's going on. So if we have a sign like this up in front of like the town hall or library, they'll know that their money is being used. And after the project is done, it would be nice to have a little plaque saying, these are where your funds are going.
Yeah.
Just, there was a sign up at Bailey's Hill.
Mhm.
And that one is taken down, and that little sign that Dave was talking about, the routed sign is up, but we are in the process, since we're in a later phase, we're now gonna be putting up another project explaining with pictures like what we're doing. But
Mhm.
that's just what we want to do for Bailey's Hill.
And that's a real project cost, Nancy. So, that kind of interpretive or informational sign can be included in a project budget.
Yeah, great point, Lynn.
These are
Yes.
cheapo signs, of not made of wood or not meant to last, but I thank you.
Nancy and Lynn, I just texted you the picture, the one from Belmont.
Yep, I just saw it. And
Yeah,
actually,
and it's like
I-
cheap, right?
yeah, and it's funny because I've got a project in Belmont that has one of those signs. So yeah,
I was driving
Thank
by
you.
and I was like, oh, I don't click. I gotta take a picture.
okay. But yeah, it's on that metal stand, and that's probably, it's, there's a kind of foam core that's called
Yeah.
alligator board,
Yeah,
and that's probably what this is. That
what a
is.
lot of political signs are made out of.
Exactly.
Yep. Yeah.
All the lawn signs are like that.
Mhm.
So great. I've heard from Dave. Austin, you got any thoughts on this?
Sorry, trying to find my mute button. Yeah, I like the idea of having signage. I did notice the signage for the Bailey's Hill project while that was going on, and I heard a few people comment about it. I think people do appreciate having, knowing what's going on, like Dave said. I don't feel strongly about the look of a permanent sign. I think I'll leave that to you guys. I do like the bronze plaques. I think those may be appropriate for something like a building, but maybe not for some of the other outdoor projects.
Yeah. I do wonder about that. Let me see who else. I'm pulling the group. Are we kind of leaning towards inexpensive but good looking project duration sign and trying to figure out if we can come up with a more permanent sign that is in fact permanent? And that gets either attached to the building or to, a boulder.
Yep.
Nancy, with the signs that you're working on for Lodge Park right now as part of that grant, what are
Yeah.
you using?
Although those are the permanent signs on the National Park Service tilt board thing, that whole.
Yeah.
Yeah. I just meant those permanent signs that we're paying a lot of money for.
Yeah. So those are the interpretive signs.
Yes. Sorry, I didn't know the word. You're
Yeah.
right.
So like the ones we have at the life-saving station.
Yes.
Okay.
Or like the ones along Lynn Shore Drive and stuff like that.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Well, let's continue this. I'll see if I can get the information about this particular sign and also the Belmont sign. I think that's a good pair to look at.
I personally am like happy with like the sign, like the Belmont sign in that kind of alligator board or whatever you called it.
Yeah.
Just not a fancy and an inexpensive thing that gets the point across.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. Well, okay, folks. So is there anything else we should talk about tonight? Any other new business?
Do these need a vote or anything, or is this just a discussion at the moment?
The discussion.
Okay.
I think we really need to get some more kind of data, like cost, protection, that kind of thing.
I was wondering if all of the outreach has happened about next week's meeting, like in all the places we want it to go, has the notice been sent?
My understanding is that Kristen had sent it out to the town committees. I sent it out to nonprofits.
We talked to Tony, who was gonna put it on the like web
The
page.
social media.
Social media, right.
Yeah. I'll just double check with him to make sure that that's happened. Thanks for that suggestion. Is there anything else for tonight? If not, I'm looking for a motion.
Motion to adjourn.
Okay. Do I have
Second.
a second? Who's quick on that? Who's next? I'll do a roll call. In favor of adjourning, Paul,
Aye.
Nancy,
Aye.
Ellen,
Aye.
David,
Aye.
Austin.
Aye.
Good. We are adjourned, and we are adjourned with particular appreciation to Ellen for the work that she's done on these
Absolutely.
grant applications.
Okay.
Unbelievable. You take us through the process and we really have to really dig in. So thank you for doing that.
Yeah, thanks, Ellen. And
Welcome.
to everyone, I apologize for my ill humor.
You can be the cranky guy at the board.
Right.
It's fine.
Get off of my lawn. Oh,
Okay. All right, folks. Well, thank
Night,
you all. We'll see
everybody.
you next week for the community meeting. So,
you betcha.
Thank you. Good night.
okay.
Okay,
Good night
Night,
now.
bye.
thank you.